Okay. Alright, first time I'm using my microphone with me being alone. Alright, what up? Let's see, I don't think anything in this game will be spoilers, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to do Summit anyways. I need to learn how to talk better. Fuck. Okay, alright, like I said, the gameplay doesn't really matter. I'm just mainly going to be doing this, which is the Summit. But I wanted to talk pretty much about how I need to try to have better motivation to do this. Because the motivation I have is very little. And I need to try to get better motivation for it. Just because this would be... Honestly, this would probably be a really good job to have. And to be able to get paid for and whatnot. Because it's pretty fucking easy, considering just sit here and play video games. But I mean, it's the whole building up an audience and like trying to get the necessary requirements that I need, I guess. And it's just the motivation I have just isn't really there. That doesn't help that I don't really do like edited videos, which I know people like live videos and stuff, which I don't really blame pretty much anyone that feels that way, because I don't necessarily like live videos either, to an extent. It's just right now this is the best I have and whatnot. I mean, if I could make some money and whatever, I'd be able to actually properly do this. Just, I don't know, it's just certain things that come over my mind and whatnot, and like with my current situation and stuff, it's just, this would be a pretty easy job to have. Granted, I've got paid for it and whatnot. And it's not necessarily that I'm doing it for the money. I mean, it'd be a really nice job to have because it's fun. I love playing video games and stuff. And I mean, pretty sure that sounds cliche, but, you know, it's just... Who wouldn't... What gamer wouldn't enjoy doing this for a living? You know what I mean? Like, another reason it's kind of hard for me to talk during doing this, though, is, like, I'm talking to myself most of the time. I understand once I get an audience and whatnot, I have people watching and everything. It's just, it's hard to get that audience. And the harder the audience, the longer it takes for that audience to be, you know, achieved and to have and whatnot, it kind of kills the motivation that you had. But, like, I guess it's like if it's something that you are determined to do, and if you have enough motivation to do it, you'll do it. And I guess it's just that's the problem that I've been having, is that my lack of motivation. And because of that lack of motivation, it makes it more difficult to actually want to do this and to actually get into it long enough and to go through and deal with not having the necessary views or the necessary amount of followers or subscribers, depending on if this is YouTube or Twitch, which I mean, I guess it's pretty much the same either way, really. I don't know, it's just, I guess it's, like I said, just the lack of motivation I've been having recently, I guess. Like, the motivation for anything, really. The motivation I've had for anything really has been dying lately. It's not really there. And it's just, I mean, some things can kill that motivation, but it's the whole having the motivation to begin with and keeping that motivation that kind of helps you get through life, I guess. I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot or anything, but like the motivation you have to do something and that pressure you put on yourself to get to that point of what you want to do is really how you'll get by with making your life better for yourself. And I mean, having friends and stuff like that helps, and having people that motivate you helps, but it's really down to yourself to motivate yourself. Let me reword that. That sounded really retarded. It's the ability to motivate yourself into doing something that you enjoy and to doing something that you love enough to get paid for it, I guess, is basically what you should go for. Because it's basically what you should live by, is if you motivate yourself, and others will motivate you as well. You know what I mean? You can't have that expectation of having other people motivate you to do something and not have yourself be your main motivation? My English is really bad, holy shit. It's too late for this motivational speaking shit. But, cause like, right now, I enjoy playing video games. I really do. Video games, I've been playing since I was maybe 8, maybe 7, maybe 9, between 7 and 9, I guess. Maybe a little bit younger, I'm not sure. It's been a while, basically, is what I'm saying. And it's the simple fact that realizing if I have enough motivation for it, and if I do it long enough, I can actually get paid to do it. So not only can I do it for fun, I can do it for a living, and I can make money and have that possibility of living off doing what I love. And it's hard to do it when you don't have the motivation, but it's like you kind of have to give yourself that motivation to get to that point to where you are getting like the goal requirements that you meet. Like you have to set yourself specific goals to get to that point where you're like, hey, I'm actually doing something and I'm actually getting somewhere with it. I just have to keep it going so that I can get even farther with it. I keep pushing it beyond the limits that you can reach. Even if it takes you a while to reach those limits, you really just have to motivate yourself to continue, to move forward, and to keep going. And I think that's really, I think that alone is what mainly slows anyone, mostly anyone, if not everyone, down when it comes to achieving something they want, or to getting to a specific goal or part in their life, or getting something that they want specifically for themselves or for others or something. I think that's what slows us down, is the whole not having the motivation, or like not being in that whole specific mindset of do it long enough and you'll eventually get to the point where you can be living off of it, I guess. And I mean, that really goes for anything. Like, whether it's even if it's like, maybe if perhaps you don't want to make a living off video games or whatnot, it goes for anything. It's really all down to motivation and the will you have to continue going forward, no matter how much you slow down. And like I said before, it's motivation from yourself is the main key here, to like motivate yourself into doing it, because only you can improve the way you live and the way your life is. But of course others can help, you know, knowing that people out there are, you know, agreeing with how you choose to live your life, or what you choose to do as work, or how you choose to proceed through with shit and everything. And it's just, the extra motivation helps. And I guess that's kind of where my problem lies, is I don't really have motivation from other people, and I don't really have motivation from myself. And it's like, motivation I do have is really hardly there. And the fact that I am of age of being an adult, more or less, it's just, the pressure is just increasing, I guess. It's like, I have to get on with my life and whatnot, and I have to move on and move forward and do things to get on, and, you know what I mean, to go forward with the way my life is and all that shit. And it's hard because I keep dwelling on the past, and I think that's what most of us do. Most of us, like, especially young adults like myself and others mainly, when we get in a depressed state, it's like we dwell on the past that we had that was so much easier than it is now, because of that fact that it was easier, and the only thing we really had to worry about was passing a grade, and like keeping our grades up for school, and like making sure we passed each year to move on to the next, and that we didn't get held back and whatnot. And like, I can even say for myself, I didn't go down necessarily the greatest of paths, per se, considering I didn't graduate school, and I've been held back, I think, twice. Oh, excuse me. And it's like, it's the whole motivational process of like keeping yourself with everything, like keeping yourself up with this thing, and then this thing, and this and that, and this and that, and just having everything piled on top of you, and trying to continue to get forward through it no matter how much shit continues to add on. And the pressure of everything stresses us out, and it's that stress that slowly bewithers any motivation or any hopes or anything that we could possibly have towards living the life that we would want, or living the life that we could dream of, you know what I mean? And it's hard when the stress and the pressure and everything just continues to weigh down on you. And especially like the older you get, it's harder and harder, because you have to focus on like getting a job and getting your driver's license and getting through like specific shit to get like your own apartment and have a consistent job and to continue to get paid and to do stuff. And it makes it difficult. It really does. But as long as you stick with it and you believe that you can do it and you try hard enough and you put in the effort each day and you don't pressure yourself too much, you can make it to that point. It's just, only time will tell how long it'll take. But you shouldn't let anything bring your hopes down, or like disencourage or dismotivate you from doing something. Like, if you enjoy it enough to try and you keep on trying, you'll eventually get to the point where your efforts and your frustration and your patience and all that time you've spent will be worth it. And like everything in life, it takes time. Nothing comes easily, nothing comes quickly. And that's just a part of life. That's how life really is. It's just, if life was that simple, I'm pretty sure everyone would be living the life they wanted to. It's just, you gotta try hard enough to reach that goal that you want. Basically, it's get a specific goal and continue working there until you get to that goal. And even if you have like other side goals, keep those on the side. Save those for later. Don't try to get to those as quickly as your main goal. Focus on the main goal you have first. Because, like, right now, I'll even give you an example. One of my side goals is to own a Nissan 240 SX. Because that's like, that right there is my dream car. I don't care for Lamborghinis and shit like that. Nissan 240 SX. Best car I've ever seen in my life. And I would love to own one of these days. I'd love to be able to drive around and say that I own one. That would make me extremely happy. But that's a side goal, because the fact that my main goal is to somehow make some money, because I can't get the car without the money. So it all kind of adds up. You got to make the money first before you can buy the car. You know what I mean? And even for those that don't have a car, that don't have a specific dream car per se that they'd want, name anything you could possibly want, that, like a dream house or some sort of accessory or like luxury type item that you would possibly want. And make that, like, have that as a side goal. Don't make it the primary goal, because the primary goal you should have always should be to get through life and to succeed. And coming from me, that most of you might not really care about what I'm saying, but with me saying this to myself and to anyone that watches this, it kind of hits me pretty hard, because the fact that, like, the motivation I've had in the last few days, like I said, has gone down for anything. And it's that lack of motivation, as I said before, that continues to slowly drain the hopes that I have. And I really have to try to keep it up and to try to keep it going and whatnot, to continue to try to make this my job. Whether I get paid from just Twitch or from just YouTube or from both even. It's just, I have to try to keep it going. And I mean, the more I talk, I know the more interesting I'll get, and like I have to really work towards everything, and I have to work hard enough to get towards everything. And like, it's hard trying to go through life with the shit that gets thrown at you. It doesn't help, like, motivation, and with the pressure and the stress and everything that gets added on top, whether it's good or bad. It makes you, some of the things, especially bad things, make you have bad decisions. And don't ever feel bad for a mistake you make in life. Everyone makes mistakes. We're all human. We all do it. If anyone ever judges you for it, shrug it off. Everyone makes mistakes. Doesn't matter who it is. Adults make mistakes. Tiny children make mistakes. Teenagers especially make mistakes. All of us make mistakes. We're human. That's just it's a part of how we go through life, really. We make mistakes, but we have to keep pushing through them, basically, is what it is. And it's like, if you let a mistake hold you down, you're not going to be able to push through any others that you make. So you have to, no matter how bad the mistake is, or no matter how many times you make it, you have to keep going. Like, you can't You can't just stop because of a mistake or like a bad thought or anything negative. You can't stop because of it. Let that negativity show you where you did wrong so you know not to do it again. So that way it'll show you how to move forward and show you what not to do. It won't necessarily show you what to do, it'll just show you what not to do again. And I kind of lost what I was gonna say there. I'm fucking speaking too much. This is way more than I normally speak. To anyone that watches this video or that's watching this live stream, whichever it may be, whether it's on Twitch right now or YouTube, to anyone that slows you down, don't let them stop you. Don't necessarily get rid of them because of them slowing you down, because critics are everywhere. You're always going to have critics, especially if you're a famous person. Once you get famous, critics everywhere. But it's the critics and the people that motivate you that come together. It's that combined, like, it's the combination of the two that should help you keep going. Not everyone's gonna be on your side, but there will be a few people that will help you, and that will continue to allow you to be who you are and do what you want to do and all that. It's just you have to work yourself up to that point. So you alone have to motivate yourself. But just remember, there'll always be critics and there'll always be people that are on your side. So they'll always have the combination of the two. You can't have one without the other. But you should not let those people that criticize you slow you down. This wasn't really a long stream, I know, and I didn't really plan on streaming. I kind of wanted to make a video, but I mean, streaming it kind of made it easier. There's not much gameplay in this, I apologize for that, but I really just wanted to get that off my mind. So if you happen to be in the same situation, I hope this helps you. And I hope you can, realize it the way I did and try to push yourself more. Okay, so yeah, okay. Like I said, if this helps, I really hope it does, because it kind of helped me open my own eyes. So I hope it helps you. If it does, I'm glad I could help somebody. I don't want to be cliche or whatever, but I mean, if it helps, please do share this video. Maybe somebody else will find it helpful. If you're interested, maybe subscribe. That's completely up to you. I mean, I can't really force you to hit that button. It would help, but again, can't force you. But like I said, this helps. Please do share this video. Maybe somebody else that this little hint of whatever the fuck you want to call this could help. And I guess see you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.